gonna have some fun with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Esports Money, ZSM, Mac10, whatever you want to call me, and welcome to my latest and greatest Alchemist jungling guide. We are currently in patch 7.06E as of me recording this. Today is July the 17th, and this will be going live on July the 18th. This guide is... Alright, so if you've been watching my channel for a while, you might remember I've made a couple of Huskar guides recently that I was extremely excited about. I am potentially as excited about this guide as the Huskar guide because the amount of money you can make with this guide and the item timings you get with this guide are absolutely insane. Because of the fact that there are twice as many creeps in the jungle, which means there's a good bit more money. Moving from 7.05 to 7.06 puts us in a position where Alchemist can benefit from his passive even more. However, that was when the gold given by creeps and experience was reduced to 80% of the original 100. In the most recent patch, going from 7.06D to 7.06E, that number was increased by 10%, so we're up to 88% of that original gold and experience. This is the perfect environment for Alchemist to thrive. There's also a change that made it so Alchemists, I don't remember what it was before, I know he used to have a buff like this, but now you get 2.5 times the initial, or the gold that you would get from a rune. I'm not sure if it applies to experience, either way, I know it applies to gold. So that means your first rune gives you 250 gold, so you can start with a stout shield. This is huge. Alright, so let's get now to the nitty-gritty of what this guide does and how we're going to do it. What this guide will do, it's going to put you at a pretty high level. I think I was level 10 or 11. I kind of stopped caring about levels once I have 6 because then my jungle's extremely stable. And what we're going to have at 15 minutes is a Soul Ring, an Armlet, Brown Boots, and a Radiance. At 15 minutes, and we're only going to jungle. Without leaving the jungle, we can get all of those things. In fact, there's some instances where the bots in this map, because again, I make most of my guides just running through private lobbies or bot games, my bots came and stole a creep camp or two, and I was still able to hit this, I think exactly at 15 minutes. Like, it was like 14:59 or 15 on the dot when I actually had all of the items bought and the Radiance recipe was in the courier. So, here we go. You're going to start out by getting an Iron Talon and a pack of Tangos. You're going to use these Tangos and you're going to choke point jungle like you would any other hero. Once you get that level 1 rune that will give you 250 gold, you're going to spend 200 immediately and get a stout shield out to you before the first wave of creeps spawn. You're going to want this because it makes you pretty tanky. You have 4 armor at level 1 with the Iron Talon, 2 plus 2 equals 4. And then the next item you're going to get is going to be your Soul Ring. That's the next one you're building towards. And the first item you're going to get is the Mango. Again, this happened earlier in the video. The speed is very quickly because this is a 15 and a half minute long base clip, so I sped it up to 175% of typical video speed instead of the usual 150. So what you're going to do then is you're going to build your Soul Ring starting with the cheapest items. The reason we start with the cheapest items is because they're the most efficient. The Mango gives you +1 regen per second and costs 100 gold. The Ring of Health gives you +2, but it costs 325 gold, making it much less efficient gold per what you get out of it wise. So you get the Mango first, and your survivability is a huge issue until you hit level 6, then it's not that big of an issue. But you get the Mango, then you get the Ring of Protection, then you get your Mask, and then you have the Soul Ring. You're going to be pretty judicious with the Soul Ring up until you hit level 6. A lot of people don't realize that the level 6 ulti for Alchemist actually gives you a pretty solid buff to your mana regen as well, and you don't have to really be as judicious after that. You also get you obviously get the health regen from your ultimate at level 6, so you're pretty much safe then. I do get kind of low here, and I am playing pretty fast and loose. But as long as there's no one camping you in your jungle, you're going to be pretty safe, and there are only a couple instances where I'm in danger. Once I hit level 6, and especially once I have my Armlet, it's pretty much impossible for a single hero to kill me. There has to be multiple people missing on the map, so you should be able to see that in your mini-map, or if you're fortunate, your allies can tell you about it. So, next thing you're going to get is, of course, your Armlet, and the way you build towards this is kind of up to you, but I prefer to go an offensive route, either the Gloves of Haste or the Claws of Attack, because of the fact that they are offensive in nature and let you kill camps more quickly, and therefore get to level 6 more quickly, and once you hit level 6, then you do more damage and don't have to worry about survivability. Once you get either or of those, you might find yourself having enough money for the second offensive item and deciding that you really need the defense, then save to get the Helm of the Iron Will. Whatever, it's up to you, but I prefer to go offensive and get one of the cheaper 420 or 500 gold respectively items rather than the 900 gold Helm of the Iron Will. So moving forward from there, I choose to get the relic before I get my recipe, but if you're being ganked, it's useful to have the items queued up in the bottom corner like I do now, because that way you can buy the recipe and you don't lose gold when you die. Another thing that is not entirely clear from this video because I never added it to my queue, I just remembered to, kind of a little bit of a mistake for me, but again, doesn't affect anything, and I got the item as soon as I thought of it, is brown boots. Once you have the Armlet, brown boots is a big deal, because once you have Armlet, you have your level 6 ultimate, you have at least 3 points in your acid spray, and you have your soul ring. Once you have all of these things together, then your limiting factor is how quickly you can kill creeps. You are now a machine. You've become a farming machine in like 10 minutes, like an absolute farming monster. So the speed at which you can hit creep camps is a major limiting factor, and the amount of movement speed that you get from the 400 gold brown boots means that it's actually going to pay for itself a couple times over. Like, it's way faster in terms of the amount of farm you get if you buy the brown boots. Your Radiance will be later if you don't buy the brown boots, and you won't have the brown boots when you get the Radiance, which means you're down another 400 gold. So just get the brown boots as soon as you get your Armlet. Then you just save up to Radiance and farm as quickly as you can. There is at least one instance here where I go and kill Ancients. It's at the very end, and this is because I just cleared out everything that I could. It's pretty straightforward. I cleared out everything on this side of the map, and I was extremely close to Radiance, and I was trying to get the item as quickly as possible. That being said, if I wanted to do the theoretical fastest Radiance possible, you can actually move me back about 20 or 30 seconds, maybe even faster depending on item timings. If I have a team that's willing to save both level 1 bounty runes for me because of the fact that they give more gold and experience than the other runes, that's 250, 250 each. That means, theoretically, before the game even starts, you could have 500 gold that no one else has. Another thing I want to emphasize is you should be clearing the small camp right now, like I am doing. Like, once you have those items set up and you're not worried about health or mana at all, clear the small camp as much as you can. They're not very efficient for experience, but because of the fact you have your gold passive, they're going to be worth way more money to you than any other hero in the game. Which is true for pretty much every hero, but considering Alchemist's gold bonus is a flat bonus and not a percentage of their base gold, it makes it so small creeps benefit him massively. Like, these little skeletons are going to give me like 30-some gold when they normally give you 9 gold. That's absolutely huge. That's like, if it's 40 gold, then you're talking over 4 times the amount of gold from base. So that's pretty much it. You need to practice the grind a little bit, and you need to especially practice the parts sub 10 minutes before you're level 6 and before you have an Armlet. Those are the things I would say practice in a private lobby, because that's where the mechanical prowess kicks in. There are a few instances where I mess up and don't hit my stacks, but they don't hurt me as much as taking too much damage in the early game because of the fact that I wasn't paying attention or didn't have the mechanical skill to do so. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this guide. I am super hype about it, and yeah, have a good one, y'all. I'm going to keep the video running up until I actually have the Radiance delivered, but I had the money for it at 15. See ya. Hey y'all, Esports Money's here, and here's my face. If you enjoyed that content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content from me, and if you want to support the channel further, you can check out the Amazon affiliate links in the video description to buy all of the computer hardware that I own and use on a regular basis, and there's also an Amazon Prime referral link, so if you do not have Amazon Prime and are considering getting it, you can use that link. It costs you no additional money and helps support the channel. So, thanks a lot, and see y'all around.